What up YouTube, this is GeoSelf1 and I'm coming to you with another upgrade for the Traxxas X-MAXX. So I ended up doing a little bit of research on me getting this upgrade. As you guys can see from the bottom of the title, this is the LED setup. Primarily I ended up having a little bit of trouble. One time I was taking this RC up and down the block and a car was coming down the block with their headlights, and I wasn't able to differentiate between the front and the rear. So it was kind of a little bit complicated for me. So I ended up coming across and doing a little research on a few companies that were able to offer something that would be nicely set up for the Traxxas X-MAXX 8S. So I ended up finding this company, which is a pretty cool company. The name of the company is called murat-rc. And they in actuality are, I guess, located out of Poland. So that was something that I was very interested in doing and getting that. So I'm going to crack open the bottom part and the rear part. And this is the LED rear for the Traxxas X-MAXX. And as you guys will may see, the cool thing about, it does give you steel screws. So stainless steel screws are inside of this casing. And also it does give you the zip ties, which is a cool thing. And as we may check this out, this is a long enough cord for me to run from the rear of the truck all the way into the front, where the ESC, the receiver, is right around there, around where the X is at. But I like the way it was constructed. I mean, they are utilizing the wire mesh for the cabling, which makes it look a lot cleaner. And I do have 4 LEDs, and it looks like it just screws into the back of the bumper, which is a cool thing. And this will be able to make me differentiate the rear. So obviously these LEDs will have to be red. So let me put this to the side and come across and go with the LED front version 2. Once again, very well packaged. It also does give me zip ties and a few screws, stainless steel screws over there. I'll put this right here. And there is the logo right there, murat-rc. And they are also utilizing the wire mesh technology right here. As you can see, it does come all the way down to where it looks like there's a card right here. And the wire comes all the way down. I don't think we need that much wire mesh over there, so we'll be able to tighten it up a little bit more. But I like the way these LEDs are. Just a little bit of a closer look. As you can see, this is going to be lighting up pretty nicely on the front bumper. So without further ado, let me just come across, crack open the Traxxas X-MAXX, and start wiring the RC. Alrighty, so for the rear, I'm going to mount it right here, and I'm going to unscrew these 2 screws and install the stainless steel screws provided in the kit. So I'm going to do that. Once I run that, I will run the wire underneath, and that's going to go back to the receiver box right here. And as for the front of it, which as you can see here, the LEDs right there, I'm going to mount that with the screws that were provided, the stainless steel screws that were provided over here. And I'm going to run that with zip ties all the way back to the receiver right here. So let me start doing these 4 bolts, and then we'll work on it from that point on. Alrighty, so I ended up zip tying the front bumper right there and zip tying the rear bumper right there. I haven't clipped anything off yet as of this point. Primarily, I ran it right to this the top chassis bar right here and ran the cables underneath, as well as I did this, but I have not zip tied it as of yet. So primarily I ended up running it back to my receiver box, and I'm going to plug it into the receiver box itself. Plug it in, from what the instructions say, plug it into channel, I would say channel 3, 4, or 5, which would be the best way to go with this. They said don't plug it into the RPM one or the other channel, the VR or something like that. So I'm not going to zip tie this yet because I do want to save my zip ties. I'm going to plug it in to my receiver. I'm going to install the batteries and fire it up and see if it's activated. If it's working, then what I'm going to come across and do is zip tie everything up, make it nice and neat, and then you'll be able to see the final product. So stay tuned. Alrighty, so this is what the final installation should look like. So like I said, you know, the wire mesh is right there. It does make it inconspicuous when you do have the body on, so that's a pretty cool thing. On the front and on the rear, all my zip ties have been installed. I made the cabling just a snug, but a little loose enough over here to where, you know, there's not that much stress on the cables, and I ran it directly into my receiver blocks, and I plugged it into channel 4 and number 5. I already powered everything on with that. So let me install the batteries, I'll put the body on, and we'll see what the final product is. Alrighty, so installation is complete. This is primarily what it looks like. I think it came out really, really nice. I love the fact that I have 2 LED bars in the front, and I do have my LEDs in the rear. Primarily, like I said before, I ended up researching and finding out which company would be best to install for my Traxxas X-MAXX 8S. And I'm pretty happy with the way the quality came out, and it was pretty cool. I will leave you a few links in the description below for you guys to see if you can acquire them. They're pretty inexpensive, but it does take a little bit of time for it to get to you. I would say roughly around a week and a half to 2 weeks you're looking at acquiring these LEDs, but definitely worth the wait. So definitely check them out. Hopefully this video was informative to you. Rate, comment, subscribe, and to my fellas up in YouTube. Later.